Hi, today I'm going to compare two Lavaliers, and they're both clippies, but there's a difference between the two of them which might be quite interesting to hear. I'm listening today with my headphones because I want to monitor what I'm doing with these two Lavalier mics. They both come from micbooster.com. They're Primo, and one's called an EM172 and the other one is called an EM184. The main difference is basically the 184 is a cardioid microphone, while the EM172 is an Omni. Now, the advice of most people when you're using Lavaliers is to use an Omni because they sound better. I may have found the reason why that might well be actually today, and I'm going to show you. The EM184 and the EM172 are identical to look at. So when you buy them from micbooster.com, they thankfully label them at the bottom at the plug so you know which one you're using. But there is quite a difference in sound between them, and actually also in sensitivity. So when we try them, I shall show you how different the sensitivity is. The EM172 being much more sensitive than the 184. Plastic build, they're quite large, but they're both very good lavaliers. Well worth it. This is the EM184, and the EM184 is a cardioid microphone, so if you move your head about you may well hear some slight differences in sound compared to when I'm talking directly into the microphone or away from the microphone, and this can affect greatly how the microphone works. And this is why many people don't like using a cardioid lavalier. Now, the other thing is because it's a cardioid, it is prone to proximity effect, but also it's quite sensitive to where you place it and your body. So I'll just show you that. So, for instance, if I place this close up to my throat, it perhaps becomes a little bit bassy. If I place it further down, the bassiness may well have disappeared slightly. If I place it further down, it's probably changed in volume but also changed again in sound. But listen to this. Now, I'm going to keep talking while I do this because this is quite strange, because you can see the effect that my body is having on the microphone. So this is me talking with the microphone up against my body. Now, when I take the microphone away from my body, you find that the sound has slightly altered. You might need headphones to hear that, but there's the sound of the microphone close to my body, and there's the sound of the microphone further away. Taking it further away opens up the sound a little bit. So these cardioid microphones work better when they're away from a surface, because the interference tubes are obviously being interfered with by your body, by your clothing. So when you're using these, this one doesn't seem to work so well further down, perhaps because of the effect of my body, but when I raise the thing up a bit more to the top there, that's possibly going to improve it slightly. So I think that's probably a better position, just slightly higher and pointing at you directly. Just if I take it away, there's the sound from it further away, and there's the sound of it from my top of my chest. So I think it has a bit less effect than when I have it down here, where the sound from when it's on my body sounds like this, but when I take it away, the sound goes like this. So I'm very aware of where you place this. Seems to have quite an effect. So the thing is now pinned to me. So this is the sound of the EM184, which is a cardioid, which means if I turn my head, it may well change the sound when I turn away and speak away from the microphone. Of course, if I speak downwards, that's going to show quite a bit. Both are very good lavaliers, but I have used extensively the 172, even moving around with a GoPro, and I found that it actually works exceedingly well, especially outdoors, when you're using it to just pick up general sound. Now, at the moment, I'm in a small box room, so the sound, it's not ideal for sound, but you may well be aware of reflections because the walls are so close to me, and it is actually quite a small room. But when I go over from a cardioid to the Omni, the room effects may well change. So I'm going to change over now. Now this microphone is in exactly the same place, and now listening to it you may have become much more aware of the sound of this room. This is our little box room which I use as a studio, and it basically isn't very good for sound. So this is the sound of the EM172 Omni in a box room with a lot of reflections from the walls and ceiling very close by. Probably more aware of it. I'm going to quickly switch over to the EM184, and this is the sound of the EM184. Now with this one you probably got less top end, but have a listen to the acoustic of the room. Now the acoustic of the room has dropped away because this microphone is basically rejecting sounds to a greater extent from the back end and to some extent from the sides. So just compare. This is the EM184. I'm talking loudly so that you can hear any reflections. This is the EM184, and I'm quickly going to switch over. This is the EM172. So you can see now we've got much more room sound going on here, much more room sound. So perhaps when you're outdoors it's better to use this one. This is the EM184. Now this one is picking up much less of the room, and hopefully you still got some good clarity going on there. Both microphones are excellent in their own way and can be bought from micbooster.com, and they're between roughly 30 to 40 pounds. I think about 36 pounds shipped and everything wired up and done. They are excellent microphones. They work exceedingly well. And I'm not sure which one I would use more. I think it would depend on the circumstances and what the noise and the acoustics are like around me, because I'm still sort of torn. This is the sound of the EM184 in a box room. Very bad for sound. Lots and lots of noise, echo bouncing and stuff bouncing, reverb bouncing around the place. And when I switch over, this is the EM172. You may well be more aware of the sounds of the room. Actually, I think I also just heard the clock ticking on the window ledge as well, so it's even picking that up. Yes, I can hear it on headphones. Yes, there's definitely a clock there. Change over. Now we'll listen for that clock. It's still there, but it's much less. But it is knocking out that room, the room sound. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please, if you like my videos, do subscribe. I need a few subscribers. I need a few more viewers. And if you're interested in these kinds of things, please put a thumbs up and subscribe and say hi to me if you want to. But both mics, micbooster.com, both mics fantastic. Have a go with them. They're great. Cheers for now.